Well, good morning YouTube, Lofty's here. Popped up to Damrells. Not seen you for a while, I've been ever so busy. I've got something a bit exciting today. It's a brand new bike, this is a 2024 bike. Okay, it's a rehash of something that's been around for a while, but this is the Honda CBR650R E-Clutch. Yeah, you heard it, E-Clutch. It's got a clutch lever, but you don't need it. You can't stall it. How good's this? This could be a game changer. Anyway, if you're interested in the Honda CBR650R E-Clutch, you stick around. Okay YouTube, what do you think of this 2024 CBR650R? Bit small for me, pegs are a bit high, but look at this. What do you think of this little gizmo? E-Clutch. So, can you see the dash? Neutral. There's the clutch. No clutch, straight into gear. Here we go. How about that? So, first gear, second gear, no clutch. And the auto blip works as well. Now then, just pull my voice down. So, when I took this out last time, it got probably some of the most interesting comments and, well, excessive amounts of comments. I never realised how popular this bike is. And I've got to say, been really looking forward to riding this. And I've been extremely busy. Well, that just feels like now I'm using a normal geared and clutch bike with a quick shifter. But I've not touched the clutch once. How about that? So we'll just take it around the island and we'll go up the lane and have a look at it. Back in a second, no clutch of course. It's quite heavy on the wrist for me because I'm a big chap, as you know. 6'5", 16 stone. Right, so indicators fall nice. Let's just have a look. We're in a national. So second gear. Well, gotta say that is fun. Still no clutch. I've not touched the clutch. Well, good morning YouTube. Lofty's here again. How about this little beauty? Bright red. It's like a mini Fireblade. It's nothing like a Fireblade really, but what do you think? The CBR650R E-Clutch. Let's have a look at it. Now, as you know, I'm a big chap. 6'5", 16 stone. Let's have a look. So, back against the bump stop, feet on the pegs. I can just about get away. The cutaway is good enough. I can just about get away with it. How about that? Lofty can ride this little beast. Would you like a close-up? Let's get the camera over and we'll have a look. Okay, there it is. It's a bit of a walk round. Should we have a close-up of the E-Clutch? E-Clutch. How about that? Still got a clutch lever. Still got a clutch cable. It's got this little device here. Hey, it's got a few servos and whatever. It's all electronic. Somehow they've managed to take the cable-operated throttle of the old quick shifter model that didn't auto blip, stick the E-Clutch on, and now it auto blips. It's just unbelievable. It's so smooth. But I'll show you that in a minute. Let's have a look at the dash. Okay, can you see the dash? Neutral light, fuel light, miles to empty, radial tacho around the outside, side stand switches down, hazard warning lights on or something, it'll go off in a moment. And we've got a big digital speedometer. Let's switch it on. Okay, all the warning lights have gone out. What do you think? It's a great looking pipe underslung. Let's just kill the engine. We got a fitted screen. We got the mirrors that are on the screen like a sports tourer, a sports bike. So coming out, span adjustable levers. Like I said, still got the cable operated clutch. Shower big pistons coming across. There's a clutch. It's ever so strange. The first bit is like there's nothing there. Then there's the last quarter of an inch. Something happens. Mark says when you switch it on, you put it into gear and it automatically goes into auto. So let's just switch it on. Right. Can you see this little? There. So start it up. Side stand up. I'm going to put it in gear. So we're still in auto. If I pull the clutch in all the way, it switches the auto off. Now the clutch is enabled. And when you let it out, it starts to move. But as soon as you flip the gear lever again, it will go into automatic mode. Fantastic really, isn't it? So on this side, what we got? Pass, high beam. We got indicator, on, traction control. We got this little dicky joggle toggle, left, right, up and down. It adjusts bits and pieces, trips, average consumption, you name it. It's also got the connectivity. This bike has got connectivity. I'm not going to bother connecting it up, but let's just give you a show round and give you the stats now. Okay, let's give you the full title. 2024 CBR650R E-Clutch. It's the same old 649cc liquid cooled 16 valve inline 4 that's been around for a while. Came out in about 16, updated in 19, updated again in 21 and 23. It's one that gets incremental changes, but it's basically the same. 94 brake, 46.5 foot-pound, 15.4 litres of fuel, and an 810mm seat height, coming in at 207 kilograms wet. So the front end, we've got 41mm shower upside down forks, not really adjustable, with two 310mm discs and 4 piston Nissan radial calipers. We've got a 120/70/17, very standard rubber, and we got Dunlop Sport Maxes. Right, let's have a look at the back. 6-speed chain drive, of course. Now then, here's the shock. We've got a single rear shock, near enough horizontal. I'd say it's about 45 degrees. It's adjustable for preload. So on the rear, we've got a single 240mm disc and a 1-piston Nissan badge caliper. We're running 180/55/17s, standard rubber again, and it's also a Sport Max. Can't really fault it, can you? But let's have a close look round. LEDs. Nice new clean chain. There's the quick shifter. Superb bit of kit. Looks good, doesn't it? What do you think? It's a cracking looking bike, isn't it? I think it's time we took it out and give it a bit of thrash, don't you? Okay then, YouTube, so what's it going to cost you? £8,700. They're doing the E-Clutch as a £100 option at the moment. So if you wanted a CBR650 with the E-Clutch, it's £100. I believe in the European market, they're going to be marketed at around £500. So a quick shifter is going to be the best part of £300, and an E-Clutch is going to be the best part of £500. But for now, if you want to buy one, it's £100, £8,700. Beautiful red or a nice black. Well, let's give it a ride. Well, I'm not sure if you've ever ridden a CBR650, but this engine is absolutely stonking. It's been thoroughly developed, and all the processes that you can get to make an engine be superb, this engine has gone through. So in 2024, you're getting the full balanced product. It's wonderful. The gear change is absolutely unbelievable. You just treat it like a quick shifter, but you don't ever use the clutch. So you're coming down the hill, you put it into a bend. Oh, nasty pothole. You put it into a bend, and it just holds the line. One of the lads in the club got one, and I tell you what, I think if he rode this E-Clutch, he'd be tempted. Because of course, like I said on the walk round, the old model, because of the clutch operation, has still only got the quick shift, which hasn't got the auto blip. But somehow, listen, that's unbelievable, isn't it? Somehow, this E-Clutch blips it in and out. It's one of the nicest quick shifters. There's no lag, there's no, you know, when you feel your foot against the gear lever, you get that like lag, lurch. There's none of that. It's fabulous. I think E-Clutch could be a bit of a game changer. And the other thing is, announced in this last week, we're changing gears, telling us to change down. BMW have been developing some form of E-Clutch for the last 8 years. Well, you could have knocked me down when I heard that. I was only talking on holiday what would be my ultimate bike, and I said if you could have a boxer engine with an E-Clutch, or a DCT I actually said, it'd be a game changer. I love BMs, I love boxers. I've grown to absolutely love them. And if I could have a DCT and a boxer engine with a shaft drive, oh, I think that would be it. So, they're going to go down the same sort of route, I believe, as this. That's all I can surmise. It's going to have a clutch. So if you want to use the clutch, you can. But if you want to use the E-shift, you can. So we're just dribbling down here, nice and steady, 30 mile an hour. Just drop a cog, that's so smooth. To be fair, this is quite comfortable. Don't forget, I'm huge, I'm massive, and I'm not struggling. My knees don't feel all hunched up horrible. I tell you what, I found the Suzuki NX1000, the big new tall super tourer thing, I found that slightly more uncomfortable than this. This is superb. Like I say, it's a little bit on your wrist, so push your bum back against the stop and just relax your wrists, and it's superb. It is really good. Anyway, thank you, sir. He's just pulled in to let me go through. Thank you. That's one thing about four-cylinder bikes. I've never been a massive fan, but I've got to say they are smooth. They are no stalling. I haven't used the clutch. I've just dropped it down, but in first gear still. How about that? I tell you what, it's probably smoother than the DCT. The first to second. Let's do it again. Here, first gear. So we're just doing first gear, 2,500 revs, second gear. That's amazing. That's better than a clutch change, isn't it? So I'll leave it in second. Come round the bend. It's all clear. Just see that? Straight into third. No clutch. Totally unnecessary. Okay, the chicane's clear. We'll nibble through at 26 mile an hour. I'm going to wait for the van. So here we go. Second, first. So there we go. We're in first gear and I ain't touched the clutch. No clutch. Clear behind. Here we go. I did read one of the testers saying he thought the throttle was a little bit abrupt off the stationary. Now I've got to say, thank you sir, I'm not detecting that at all. I'll just show you as we take the right turn here to Travascus. So we're in a 50. That was a nice oh, don't you dare, darling. That was naughty. So we're in a 50 and somebody was just going to pull out the garage on me. Lovely. So indicators on. I'm going to drop it down into second gear. First gear, so I'm going to go round nice and steady. Now there you go. That's 800 revs. Just squeeze it. So fifth gear up to 16, never went above 6,000 revs once. So I'm going to keep it in fifth gear and just ride the torque. Yeah, this is lovely. Auto blip, 2 cogs, a little bit of brakes, drop it in. Yeah, it's a bit risky for me, I'm a bit too big for it. And again, up to fifth again. We'll drop 2 cogs. You need a proper positive counter steer. You've got to, I think it's probably best to pull on the outside rather than push the inside. Okay, so here we are. Let's test that slow riding again. We're all clear. There's nothing wrong with that throttle, is there? I'm stationary. I'm doing 6 miles an hour. The throttle, superb. Drop it into third. Just have a bit of air. So the slow speed manners in the lower gears are absolutely superb. The balance is good. I'll check out that steering again in a minute when we get rolling. I'll say one thing, with this head down, you do need an helmet with quite a big visor aperture so as you can see underneath your brow. But I'm not struggling. Thank you, mate. I'm just going to get out of the way of this transit van. So there we are, third gear. We're just leaving the 30 zone into the national. So I'm just going to start squeezing it now. Beautiful. Push and pull, round it goes. Okay, we'll just clear the depot and we'll try the brakes. That's 40 mile an hour back brake. It's a good stability device. It works. It works. I actually pulled the clutch in then. How about that? First time ever. Right, we're back in auto. That was just instinct to pull the clutch in to do an emergency stop. I'm not going to do it this time. Are you watching? Front brake. That's third gear. Now it's flashing, look. Can you see? Flash, flash. Second gear, first gear. Won't stall. It just stayed in third gear. So we're going to come round the corner. We're going to be in third again. And we're going to do exactly the same. So as we come down the hill, it's a steeper hill than it looks. Front and back. So we're coming to a stop. It's flashing. Change gear. Okay, I'll change gear. There we go. Back to first, second. That works so well. Here we go. We'll be able to test the steering out here. So we'll give it a bit of a, yeah, a pull does work well. Pull and a push rather than a push and a pull. Holding a line. Yeah, this is lovely. You'd never believe it was only a 650. But I suppose it's got 80 odd brake, it ought to go a bit, hasn't it? It goes well. Third gear. So I've only accidentally touched the clutch once. Holding a line. Up to 60. Holding a line again. Just drop a cog. Oh, that's lovely. We're doing 58, 59. Change gear on the bend, no trouble. Okay. Let's just ease down a touch. We're going to drop into the 50. I've got to say, I really would like to ride the naked version with the taller, flatter bar, the CB650. Cool, that's going to be awesome. But if you want a sports bike, you want one that looks like a sports bike, this is fabulous. Honda build quality, of course. Here we go. Bloke with the dog on the back there. That gearbox, typical. I tell you what, it's as good as a Suzuki box, that is. So here we go again. Having been a DCT rider for a long while, 24,000 miles, I don't find it difficult riding an auto, if you like. Although you've got to change gear with your feet. If it had flappy paddles, this would be amazing. Here we go, third gear. Yeah, we can get up to 70 in fifth gear, fourth gear even. So the screen's doing a job. I'm getting a fair amount of lift, a fair amount of wind, but I'm getting no buffeting. No buffeting whatsoever. I've got to say, I do like this bike. Every now and again, something new comes along, which people poo-poo and far whatever. I don't need that, I don't want that. But to be fair, MotoGP bikes are automatic now. They're exactly the same as this, really. I know they're not, but they are. Because the rules say you have to have a clutch to pull away. So you have a clutch to pull away. And as soon as you've let that clutch out, the bike becomes totally automatic. Seamless shift. And to be honest, that's what this is. Listen. I absolutely love this. I'm going to pull all that and slow down. So, I've got to say, well done, Honda. Here it is. I'll do it again. Fifth gear, fourth gear, fifth gear, sixth gear. That's amazing. That is absolutely sublime. Sublime. Anyway, I've got to thank Mark. He went down to Millbrook, the proving ground, and rode this round the track there and said it was unbelievable. I've got to say, it's very nice. I'd like to have it for a day, see what it was like to live with, but I'm finding it comfortable. I'm finding it easy to ride. The sound's amazing. Anyway, if you've enjoyed my video and you'd like to see some more Lofty Biker videos, click on the like, subscribe, ring the bell. I'm only too pleased to answer your questions. I think this bike will have a lot of comments. I think people will ask a lot of questions. And okay, it's not that different to the outgoing model. It's got a £100 additive called an E-Clutch, and I love it. It's made me smile. Here we are back at Dam Rules. I'm going to go and park it up next to my NT. Look at that, beautiful, that NT in it. That's mine. Anyway, here we are. So, this is the Lofty Biker saying ta-ra for now. Ta-ra.